Good day, Block family. Today we have to talk more about the repatriates, those who want to come to Africa. I think a lot of people they are liking the advice that I'm sharing, and it's very good that we do share these advices so that people can really understand the dynamics of how things work in Africa. All right, but first of all, if it's your first time to watch this channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to press the notification bell and share the video. And also, don't forget to leave a comment and suggestions. And then my name is Ted Kwerepeta. I am the owner of Gizmo Machines, a company called Gizmo Machines. In my company, we actually manufacture cement block machines. And we are also trying to look into tapping into the agriculture sector. So we will also be manufacturing tractors and also utility vehicles. And today I just want to share, last time I talked about what you would expect and how to look for opportunities in Africa, because we have a lot of challenges, and these challenges will actually pose as an opportunity for you to start a business or to come and settle and prosper, because Africa is about prosperity. But in that video, I discussed about the attitude. That attitude is very important. If you have the right attitude, Africa is going to be very easy for you. All right. So now, you want to come here and you want to start a business. There will be a lot of things that you're going to experience because of the culture shock that you are going to experience. There's difference in the culture. Things that you actually look at and think they are very serious when you're on that side. Here in Africa, those things are overlooked, they're taken for granted. And when you come to Africa, the first thing that you need to do is to start learning. You need to start learning about how people do their things, how they operate their things. I know that in Europe or in America, when you do business, a customer is always the focus whenever you do business. In Africa, money is always the focus. So people are always thinking about money. And for myself also, because I had lived in South Africa, which is actually having the same kind of Western culture, and working with people who from the West a lot, I learned a lot about how to do business. And when I came back after 15 years, I was very, annoyed with how things were happening. The most important, most difficult or the biggest challenge that you're going to face is actually to build a team. Building a team is going to be very difficult because when people come and work for you, most of them they are coming just to earn money. They are not coming there to actually work, enjoy their work, and give you a service. They don't look at you as something like a customer or a boss, but they look at you as somebody they're going to get some money from. So if you don't really understand this kind of dynamics, it will become very, very difficult. I'm watching most of the YouTubers and seeing the frustrations that they are getting when they're working with people. There are two ways of paying people in Africa, which is the same as in the West. Paying people a salary at the end of the month, and also paying people when they've done a job, and after they finish the job, you agree, you say how much you're going to pay for that particular job, and when they finish, then you pay them. But now, when you're paying a salary to the people, most of the people in Africa, when they're getting paid a salary, they don't really much worry about the pace of the job. So once you say that you're going to pay somebody so much money at the end of the month, it means that your job, the pace of your job is going to slow down. So you are going to lose out on time. Your quality might be there, you might get some quality because the people are doing the job at their own pace, but you lose out on time. But when you decide to pay people based on a particular kind of job, say if you agree, you say you do this type of job, I'm going to pay you so much, the pace now becomes faster, but now you compromise on the quality. So it's a challenge, because remember what I said, to them in their mind, because a contract between an employee and an employer is the same contract between a producer and a supplier. or somebody who's doing business and with his customer. So it's supposed to be the same relationship, because when you are a businessman, you want to give your customer good service and good products. In return, your customer is going to give you some money as the value. You pay for that value in form of money. The same thing with a supplier or a manufacturer. But when it comes to employment, it's supposed to be the same. That you, as a boss, the boss is supposed to give you, provide you a job, but give you good conditions for your work, and also pay you, remunerate you accordingly for the job that you're doing. In return, you want to give your boss quality job, and also you want to give them consistent, because there must be consistency in your production or in your services. But it doesn't happen like that in Africa. You employ somebody, they feel that you are privileged, so to them, from you, that all they need to get is the money. Sometimes they will even steal from you, and when they steal from you, they will not feel bad about it, because they know that you are privileged. And that is where things get very, very difficult. So how do you employ people? It's very difficult. I can just give examples with myself. When in the beginning, used to pay a salary, I used to find that the job was very slow. So if I am producing my machines, it will mean that instead of making 5 machines in a month, I'll be able to make maybe at least 2 machines. And this is because the people now will start working very slow, because for them, there is nothing to motivate them. What is motivating is that at the end of the month, I'm going to get paid. So if the job is slow, the job is they don't mind about the speed of the job. So as in my business, the more machines I make at the end of the month, the more business I make, the more customers I get, and also the more money I make. So I had to leave this system of paying at the end of the month. So I started paying. I pay a salary, which is just what can I say? It is just like basic salary. So I pay a basic salary, but then I pay commission. So that means that the people, the more they work, every item that they produce, I pay them a commission for that. So they have an opportunity to make a lot of money. You see what I mean? So they have that opportunity to make a lot of money. But now, this works for me. A lot of people who are lazy, they don't like working with me. They feel very unhappy because they don't like this system. They want me to pay them a lot of money, but for them doing nothing. There's been some employees who have been manipulating their friends, saying that, if we try to work hard, and even if we're making a lot of money, we're making this man rich. So they feel like, even though they make a lot of money, but I shouldn't be making a lot of money. So this doesn't balance up. So that's how I do it. So when you come to Africa, that's what you should be doing and understanding, right? So in one of the videos, I commented. It was, I think, on the video that was shared by Black Acres of the Gambia. So they were complaining about how the employees were behaving on their project. So I commented and said that in Africa, there's no standards, no set standards of how to deal with employees, or set standards of how, as an employee, you are supposed to behave. So it makes it very difficult, because somebody commented and said, yeah, but we have to start doing it. So I said, but how do you do it? Because these kind of standards, they start from the top. If the leaders in the government, they can just decide to say that, okay, let's put standards in almost everything that happens in our country, whether it's in construction and in employment, there will then be some standards that people are going to get used, and then everybody will follow a set standard. So if somebody is employing somebody, they will give them the same kind of working conditions, and they will look for the same kind of standards. And if you go like overseas, we know that companies have to look after their employees. They have to give them like pension fund. They have to give them leave. And when an employee is absent, there's for example, in South Africa, if an employee is absent and is absent on a Friday, the employee must come with a sick note. If it's absent on a Monday, must come on a sick note. But if it's during the week and is absent for 1 day, they allow that. But if he's absent for 2 days, he must come with a sick note from the doctor. But when you come to this part of Africa, you don't get that kind of standards that were set up that people should be following when they employ people or when they work for somebody. But this whole thing needs to come from the top. So if those people up the top don't think of trying to fix things, I can give an example. You will find that the leader is having a meeting, or like a president is having a meeting, and at the meeting you'll find that the minister comes late, and nothing happens to the minister. Many people come late for meetings, but if they could be put in situations where they say if a minister is late, it should be reprimanded. Or in terms of crime, if the president says to the head of police and say, if I don't want to hear about murders, if somebody is murdered, or so for instance, we get cases where people with albinism, they get killed. If I hear about somebody like that, something like that happens, you're going to lose your job. That person is going now to start making sure that everybody below him is doing their job properly, and you'll find that everything is going to come right. Say, for example, if the president starts putting a situation, say, if a minister is late, he is going to be fired or something, he will be reprimanded. That means that the minister, when he was waking up at home in the morning, is going to make sure that everybody has to do his things properly in time. The driver should come and pick him up in time. And the driver also is going to tell his wife or whoever to prepare the things, whatever they were doing, so that he must come. Everybody is going to be shaken and everybody will start being on time. It starts from the top. It's because many people, they always say, but what about you? What are you doing about this situation? Even if I try to correct the things in my working environment, but it's not going to be able to make an impact or a change for the whole country. But the top people at the top, they can change these kind of systems. So you can see that there are a lot of things that you have to actually filter and process. For instance, from like myself, as a Malawian employer, I have some difficulties that I'll face with my employees, which are different from an expert. If somebody comes from outside Malawi, whether he's from Nigeria, from America, from England, and also sometimes because of color, the different shades of color, the employees will actually behave in a different way with that person than the way they behave with me. When they're working with me, it's like they're working for one of them, and to them it's like, how come he's more privileged than us? So the treatment is always much different. But when they're working for, say, for a foreigner, they do understand this is a foreigner, and the foreigners, they want things to be done in a certain set of standards, and they want to impress that foreigner that they are hardworking or they can do their job properly. But when they work for a person like me, it's like, why should we be working so hard or going the extra mile for him? He's one of us. So you will find that an African person, a local who is employing people, is complaining about the people, how they behave, but you'll find that somebody who's coming from outside doesn't see those problems and wonders, but you say you complain about me, I don't face those problems. It's just because people treat each other differently. We have got racial issues, we have cultural issues, we've got so many kind of diversity that it comes around it, and each type of a person, depending on where they come from, is treated differently in Africa. But then this does not have to stop you. It's just that you must understand these situations and be able to see how you can work around that. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share today. Yeah, so, and one of the things that I didn't want to forget is about consistency. When you employ somebody to work for you, and for the first day, they will give you the best job. And normally it is just for them to give you the best job so that you give them the job. But once they know that you are now addicted to their work, then the kind of work that give you it goes and it slacks down. So there's a problem with consistency when the people are doing the work here that side. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share. I'm encouraging you to come to Africa. And when you come, I would like to be sharing this information so that you can get equipped and understand how things work, so that you don't get confused when you come, because I don't want you to come to Africa and go back. So yes, continue watching my videos, and if it's your first time to watch this video, please subscribe and press the notification bell. Don't forget to share the video and also to leave a comment, and you can give some suggestions if you can. Thank you.